So the past couple weeks I've been thinking a lot, mostly about what I want to do with my life. And, I'm not getting any younger. And one thing I realized I really like to do is this YouTube thing. And it kind of came about randomly, this whole fishing thing. I've been doing it my whole life. But, cranking the videos out, kind of a new thing. The channel's about to be 3 years old. Well, at least the fishing part of it. But I've made a lot of projects as a cinematographer, shot a lot of cool stuff. I was looking back at some of the videos I've shot, especially like music videos, and I've got one video on YouTube that's got 16 million views, a couple other ones that are, up there in the millions of views. And I was thinking to myself, I really enjoy this fishing thing. I'm not sure if I could do it full time, but what if I did it full time? And so then I got to thinking, well, maybe I could do it full time. And I don't know if it's going to be an immediate thing, but I really think I could do it. And, I need your help and support, but I was thinking I'm really going to go for it this year. It's the year of the rabbit, and I feel like this is my time. So I say we go out there, and this is going to require some sacrifices. I'm eating a lot of canned products right now. We're eating canned beans for breakfast, and it's going to require a lot of sacrifices. And I think I'm going to have to get rid of some stuff. But when you got that feeling, that gut feeling that you could do something, I got that gut feeling, and I'm just going to go for it. It's probably going to be a transition process, but I think I could do it. I really think I could do it. So, I saved up some money this past week. I think I'm going to go get a tilapia for dinner, or, a sea bream or something, affordable fish to have. I haven't had fish this week. But yeah, that's an investment in the channel, and I can make these purchases as investments and then eat canned beans, for my other meals. But yeah, I say we go get this fish and then we go fishing at the park for a bit, because that's really the only things that are biting. It's not quite striped bass season, but we're getting there. And yeah, I cut my hand, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm excited. I think I'm really gonna go for it this year. Year of the Rabbit. I think this is the year of BOB, and I think we got something unique going. So thank you for everyone that watches the channel and has been supporting all along. I really do appreciate you. I think that I've shot lots of cool projects. I've had commercials in Times Square and on those big screens, and I've won awards as a cinematographer, had films and film festivals, and I've kind of run the gamut as far as that whole world goes. And I think I'm ready to make some changes, and it's going to be a transition, but I think I could really do it. So let's go get a fish for dinner. That's an investment in the channel and something you could watch and see what kind of recipe we can come up with, a little affordable recipe. But let's see if we could do it. I think we could do it.
做得實盡咧，都唔會係好嘢㗎，因為新聞就係要報一啲唔好嘅嘢俾你知道啊嘛。好嘅嘢喺新聞裏邊，根據我認識一個我好尊敬嘅長輩啊陳太講，就係只係得體育版嘅啫。係體育版嘅新聞先係講好嘢嘅，係邊個贏啊，邊個冠軍啊，邊個斬甲啊，邊個突破世界紀錄啊嗰啲。其他新聞咧都係啲衰嘢嚟㗎，邊度打劫啊，邊度火燭啊，邊度死人啊，邊度跌街啊咁樣。之前我睇咗一單新聞，我仲覺得係以為係科幻新聞啊，因為咧嗰單新聞就講加州嗰個有個主題公園啦，個停車場咧就成日有人墮樓死喎，咁我成日諗停車場喎，即係我一心都以為停車場係呢一個平地嚟㗎嘛，係即係咧你知加州好大地方啊，可能好大地方嗰啲。
I was gonna get a whole tilapia. of them, like maybe a medium size. Whoa.
Okay.
That's too big. I think that's too big. Smaller. Maybe one of the darker ones. That one looks good, the darker one.
Okay, that one.
Yeah, that one looks great.
Okay, 820.
820? Okay, that's cool. And then, all right, thank you.
$8.20. 13.20.
Thank you. So I'm really big on salt brining fish. Sorry, I've been keeping my dishes in the refrigerator because I got a mouse problem. But yeah, so I'm gonna, before we go fishing, I'm just gonna quickly brine the fish in a little salt bath here. Yeah, I picked up this fried chili in oil, got some green onions. They didn't have peanut oil at the dollar store, so I got vegetable oil, is what it is. And so yeah, I just take some salt, some sea salt, and pour it up in here in the pan, and then just let the fish sit for, you know, a couple hours. And to me, I feel like it stiffens up the meat, it adds a lot of flavor, and it's like a really easy way to, you know, kill any kind of bacteria. And yeah, you know, I think it makes a big difference. You know, you don't have to salt brine your fish, but I think it makes a big difference. I got my R hat on for the rabbits. So these are the Kitex I've been using lately for the bass. I don't know if they're gonna bite. We just had a little cold snap, but I've been using the Green Pumpkin Swim Impact 2-inch. Use the clear ones too, and the white ones, but these New York City bass are very smart. And other places I fish, you know, the clear and the white will work, but dark colors are really the trick in New York City. Black and Green Pumpkin. Yeah, it's this little swim bait. It works very well. It's supposed to snow later. So we'll see how that goes. Gotta be careful with my hand here. Really can't afford for it to get disinfected. I mean, infected. We want it disinfected. And that's a 1/16 ounce jig head, this one right here. Size 1 hook. Crushed barb. Gotta crush those barbs in New York City. It makes it more fun too when you crush the barb, because I noticed in the years that I've been fishing here with the crushed barb single hook, when I go to other places and fish, it's like when you play a video game on expert for a long time and then you go to the easy mode and it's just like, is this game even fun? That's what it's like switching to barbs. It's just like so much easier. So I'll suggest, if you're trying to get better at fishing, do barbless. It's really fun, especially if you're doing it for sport. I need to throw my sunglasses on. This sun is bumping. Yeah, I've got my Bassmaster rod, my Goofish, Go Fish. Not how sure you say it. Penn Clash 2000, 8-pound braid, uni to uni knot, 6-pound fluorocarbon leader. Woo! Let's get ready to rumble. Oh, I got him. I got something. I actually caught something. Are we rolling? Yes, we're rolling. I actually caught some. Oh. Popped off. Dang, that was a nice fish. It's getting scary out here, so I think I gotta call it. I can't feel my hands. Cold. Been fishing for too long. Let's go cook this tilapia. Gotta watch out for the warriors. This is definitely the warrior time of night. Just started to snow. Finally started snowing. I went and got some cookies, and usually when I have a bad day of fishing, I go get some kind of treat, you know, make it a better day. But yeah, we're gonna go cook up that tilapia. Probably gonna do a voiceover, mix this video up. Got a long walk ahead of me in this snow blizzard. So tilapia is a cichlid, and it's in the cichlid family, and there's thousands of different species of freshwater cichlids around the world, and it's one of the most diverse species. And even peacock bass are cichlids. You know, they're not bass, they're not like largemouth or striper, they're actually cichlids. And cichlids, you know, can be considered invasive. You know, tilapia is considered invasive in certain freshwater bodies of water, and mainly because they compete with other game fish like largemouth bass. But it's really no different than like a snakehead or other invasive fish, and as long as it's kept under control, it's not really a major issue. And as far as them being unhealthy, it's really a product of the environment that they're in, just like any other fish. So if, you know, tilapia are eating in poor quality water conditions, it'll reflect in the meat. And it's really no different than harvesting any other fish, you know. And that's kind of why they get a bad rap. But like taste-wise, I think they're delicious and really flexible kind of fish to create dishes with. And you know, they've got less omega-3s than other species like salmon and, you know, other farmed meat. But the meat is white, sweet, you know, it pairs well with just a lot of different dishes. And I like eating smaller fish, you know, because the larger the game fish is, the more mercury it contains. And basically, you know, as you go up in the food chain, the more contaminants of mercury could be in the fish meat. So I gravitate towards the smaller species of fish. But and you know, as you go lower in the food chain, is less mercury. Is kind of just a simple way to look at it. And if you know, eating a lot of mercury, consuming a lot of mercury type larger game fish when you're pregnant is not good. And you really don't want to mess around with too much mercury consumption, not just because of physically, but also mentally as well. It can affect your vision, your speech, your hearing, your mobility, your motor skills, coordination. And, they're all affected by mercury in your nervous system. And that's why it's kind of best to eat fish, 2-3 times a week, limit the larger game fish whenever possible. And, that being said, consuming fish is extremely healthy compared to other meat. Omega-3s are polyunsaturated fats and have been shown to be, not only beneficial for your heart, but also your brain, inflammation, cholesterol, blood clotting, bone and joint health. Omega-3 consumption has also been linked to preventing colon, prostate, and breast cancer, and also been shown to reduce mental illness and diseases like depression, Alzheimer's, and schizophrenia. Gee willikers, it is a gloomy day out there. But that tilapia was delicious last night, and tilapia is so underrated. It kind of gets a bad rap, but yeah, I ordered a bunch of lures for crappie fishing a few weeks ago, and I just have bad luck with buying online for some reason. I don't know. I either get the porch pirate stealing my stuff, or yeah, I don't know, just problems with orders and stuff. That's the online world. That's why I like going to Bass Pro and tackle shops, honestly. But I ordered a bunch of this lunker hunt stuff. I wanted to try some new swim baits out, and so I got these bento swim baits, and also got some new tungsten jigs. I really like the lunker hunt tungsten jigs a lot. Never used this color before. I like the glow ones, and they just work really well. But I really ordered this stuff because the wax worms were working very well for me, and I wanted to try an artificial version. So I got these wax worms, and I've had really great success with their Maybugs and other plastics. They're very durable, and they're kind of like, they remind me of Z-Man without melting in the sun. The Z-Man stuff, if it gets hit by the sun, it kind of melts. And yeah, I really like the lunker hunt stuff. It's a great product, and I think they're all scented too, so you don't got to worry about like putting scent on it or anything. And yeah, I don't know. I thought that these bentos look pretty good. I'm trying to match the hatch of what's going on in the ponds, and I found this this yellow perch, this kind of baby yellow perch color, and this other one. They were out of the white color that I wanted to try, but they asked me if I wanted the parrot one or another alternative. I went with this. I think this one's called, I'm not sure what this one's called. Dace. That's what it's called, Dace. And yeah, I say we take these wax worms over to the pond, and I hope I have better success than I did last night. I pretty much got skunked. I think that was a bass that I had on. I don't think it was a crappie. Crappie don't hit that hard, and I was thinking about that when I was making dinner last night. But yeah, not trying to drag this on any longer. Yeah, let's go fishing with these waxies. So I took these new baits out and didn't really do well. I did a lot of laps around the park and really mixed up the locations and was mixing up, retrieves and stuff, and I just wasn't doing well. But I think it was just because the fishing was off. And we've had a lot of cold fronts and kind of bizarre weather this week, and I was catching panfish, and I was doing okay with the tiny flies. And I don't know, I talked to other anglers, and they're kind of in the same boat. And sometimes when the fishing's off, the fishing's just off. That's just sort of how it goes. You can't win them all. But I'm excited to use the swim baits. I think that I'm going to try them in the salt water, and, in the springtime when the fishing improves and we see these warm water trends, I think that, these baits will work pretty well. But, As far as like using live bait, like the wax worms I was using, it's night and day. Like I think that if you try and use a artificial anything compared to bait, you're gonna do way better on live bait. It's just kind of what the fish want. They can smell it, and yeah, that's my take on it. But they're cool. I like the lunker hunt stuff. I just didn't do very well with it the 2-3 days that I tried fishing with them, and I really gave it a solid effort, and it is what it is. That's how fishing goes. Got him. Tough day out here. The lights are on again, and yeah, I don't know. I went back to the fly jig because nothing was working. None of those baits I was using were working. The only thing that's working is the fly, the little teeny fly. It's the only thing I can catch fish on. But yeah, I mean, I've been here for over 6 hours at least. I think I've done 3 laps around the park, hit all the corners, and just one of those days, is what it is. I've got an XL can of beans, vegetarian baked beans to eat tonight. Looking forward to that. But yeah, I think with this YouTube thing, it's like any other job. If you're gonna do it, show up to work, man. I think a lot of people fail to realize that. If you're gonna say you're gonna do something, then do it. And that's my mentality. So whether or not the fishing is good or bad, I'm still gonna be out here fishing. And because I love it and I enjoy it, and that's what life's all about. You should do what you love and enjoy. So thank you for watching. I'm gonna keep buzzing about here. There's a snapping turtle right there. That's a good sign. Turtles are out to play. Yeah, maybe I can get a golden shiner before I leave, or if not, baked beans. I'm gonna eat my baked beans and make sacrifices and continue on my path here. So thank you for joining, as always. Love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.